I took the night shift because it paid more and because the building was supposed to be empty after midnight. That was the first lie. I worked security at a long-term care facility that shut down its West Wing 3 years ago. Mold, structural issues, unsafe for residents, they said. The doors were sealed. Badge access disabled. Lights cut. My job was simple. Sit at the desk, watch cameras, make rounds every 2 hours, and call it in if anything moved where it shouldn't. On my third night, camera 12 flickered back on. Camera 12 faces the West Wing nurses station. At first, I thought it was a system glitch static, then a washed out image like an old VHS tape. But the timestamp was current. 2:17 a.m. The lights were on. The counter was clean. A wheelchair sat perfectly centered in the hallway, facing the camera like it had been placed there deliberately. I radioed maintenance. No answer. Then the wheelchair rolled forward. Not fast. Not pushed. It crept forward an inch, stopped, then turned slightly, as if correcting its angle. The wheels squealed the way old rubber does when it's dry. I stood up. My reflection in the monitor glass looked pale, wrong. I remember thinking I should feel afraid, but instead I felt expected, like the building had been waiting for me to notice. My radio crackled, not maintenance, not dispatch. A woman's voice said very calmly, "You're late." I left the desk and walked toward the West Wing. The doors weren't sealed anymore. They stood open, the air inside colder than the rest of the building, smelling faintly of antiseptic and rot. The overhead lights hummed, and somewhere deep inside, something was coughing, wet, rattling, patient. The wheelchair was gone. As I stepped inside, the door behind me shut with a soft, polite click. The nurse's station looked wrong up close. Charts were stacked neatly, but every name on them had been scratched out. The phones were off the hook, dangling cords twisted together like veins. A clock on the wall ticked backward. Then I saw them, dozens of them, standing in the hallway, facing away from me. 4 poles beside them, wristbands still attached. Some were missing pieces, hands, jaws, eyes, but they stood straight, obedient, like they were waiting for instructions. One of them turned around. It was wearing my face, not a copy, not a mask, mine, down to the tired eyes and the scar on my chin. It smiled, practiced, the way you do when you're pretending everything is fine. "You can go," it said. "I'll finish your shift." The others began to shuffle toward me, slow and careful. Their mouths opened and they spoke in unison, voices overlapping like a badly tuned radio. Clock out. I ran. I don't remember getting out. There was a voicemail on my phone. It was my voice whispering, "You forgot to sign out." I quit that morning. But every night at 2:17 a.m., my phone buzzes with a notification from an unknown camera feed.